Hello, Mzansi. Welcome back to another episode of Farmers Inside Track. My name is Duncan Masiwa, and I'm your co-host for this episode. I say co-host because I'm not alone. I'm joined by my colleague and news editor for Food from Mzansi, Thabiso Manoko. T, welcome to FIT. How are you doing, my brother?
Thank you so much, Duncan. Thank you for having me. Excited, scary, but let's do this.
There's no reason to be scared. You definitely know how this works. It's your first time on the podcast, but I'm definitely excited to have you join us here. Of course, in this conversation, we explore the process and value of seed certification in South Africa. As a foundation of any successful harvest, using certified seed can make a difference between a thriving crop and a failed season. But what exactly does the certification process involve? And why is it so critical? Thabiso Ntsele, certification technician at the South African National Seed Organization, also known as SANSOR, unpacks the journey of producing certified seed, how farmers can identify it, and more importantly, what are the consequences of using uncertified seed or fake seed, if you may. Thabiso, welcome to Farmers Inside Track. It's lovely chatting with you as well.
No, thanks a lot, Duncan. Thanks for having me. It's also my first time doing something like this. But I think the conversation that we'll be touching on today is very important. I think it's important for young and emerging farmers, and likewise for also established farmers that have been in the seed industry and the agricultural industry for a number of years. Because I think it's one of the things that we've picked up. It sounds is that, the lack of knowledge about seed and seed certification and the process that's involved in getting a certified seed to the farmer, it's still lacking in most of the farmers. But I think we'll touch base on that throughout our conversation.
Most definitely. I don't imagine this being a conversation that features in a lot of conversations among farmers. If it's the case, that's fantastic. But it's often a conversation that we probably don't have as much as we should when it comes to certified seed. Let's maybe set the scene. When it comes to ensuring that farmers are planting seeds that will thrive and deliver reliable harvests, what does the process of seed certification actually involve, and why is it so important?
So I think firstly, seed certification is a legally sanctioned system for quality control of seed multiplication as well as seed production. So I think simply put, this means that we certify that a container of seed, so the container can be a box of seed, a packet of seed, or a bag of seed. So we certify that the seed contains what exactly it says on the label. And then it also meets the acceptable standards such as viability and physical purity, but more specifically of the varietal purity and varietal identity of the seed. So I think when the label states that a seed or a particular container contains a specific species of seed, then when a farmer opens that bag, they should find exactly what is indicated on the label. So it is basically a quality control system that ensures that genetic identity as well as purity of plant varieties is met as it was developed by the breeder. So I think it's also important because for that seed to be regarded as certified, it means that all of the minimum physical parameters that need to be adhered to by the seed producers, such as germination, such as purity, have been met. So if those minimum requirements have not been met, then it cannot be regarded as a certified seed.
Thabiso, potso ya me ke gore peo e netefaditsweng e tlhagisiwa jang?
Ke lebogela potso e retisitswe. Tlhagiso ya peo e netefaditsweng e diragala mo dikokomeng di le mmalwa tsa go anamisa tse gantsi di tsayang dipaka di le 3 kgotsa di le 4. Ka nako nngwe le nngwe ya dithulaganyo tse di farologaneng tsa go atisa, taolo e e feletseng e a dira. Ke ka foo unit e nngwe le nngwe ya tlhagiso ya peo e kwadisiwang le SANSOR. So sa ntlha, SANSOR e tlhola pele tshimologo le go netefadiwa ga peo ya motsadi ya mofuta o amagang le unity e amogelwang go tlhagisa peo ya go netefadiwa. Sa bobedi, dimela di tlhatlhobiwa ke batlhatlhobi ba ba katisitsweng le ba ba dumeletsweng ba SANSOR mo dikgatong tse di rileng tsa kgolo. Go tlhomamisa gareng ga tse dingwe gore dijalo di tsamaisana le ditlhokego tse di kwa tlase tse di beilweng tsa bophepa jwa mofuta le boitshupo. Seno se akaretsa dintlha tse di jaaka go laola dikgala tsa dijalo tse di fetileng, dijalo tsa boithaopo tse di ka tsenyang bophepa jwa mofuta wa peo mo kotsing. Mo tlhatlhobong nngwe le nngwe ya tshimo e e dirilweng, pegelo e romelwa kwa SANSOR e morago ga moo e kwalang phitlhelelo. Thulaganyo ya tlhatlhobo ya masimo e tswelela go bewa leitlho ke SANSOR mmogo le badiredi ba Lefapha la Thuto. Ga go felele foo, fa peo e sena go kotulwa e a phepafatswa le go phuthelwa. Fa e kotulwa le go phuthelwa go na le taolo e e feletseng. Ga go tlhakane dipeo tsa dijalo tse di fapaneng kgotsa kgotlhelelo e e diragalang. Ditshodi tse peo e phutetsweng ka tsona di bo di tshwaiwa ka tlhagiseloleseding e behilweng godimo ga dilabole tse fanweng ke SANSOR. Mongwe le mongwe a ka nna le seabe mo go netefatseng ga peo. Ke mofuta e le mmala fela e o sa letlelelwang gore ka rekisiwa pele e netefatswa.
Thank you so much, Thabiso. Of course, to our listeners, as you can hear, we're having this conversation in Setswana. Food for Mzansi, of course, is on a mission to broadcast and share information in languages that people can understand, that farmers, agripreneurs can understand. We believe that there's no use in sharing oftentimes very scientific information and technical information. Oftentimes, the information is shared in a language that people don't understand. So that's the reason why we're also having this conversation slightly in Setswana. Thabiso, how can a farmer who's never used certified seed tell whether what they are buying is actually legitimate or not? Are there any warning signs or fake seeds that one can look out for?
Yes, I think the fact that seed is sold by a registered business or an analysis report is available does not mean that that seed is certified. I think buying from reputable certified suppliers does reduce the risk of counterfeit or fake seed. So certification of seed, it involves a multitude of things. So first of all, it's a complete control system from the release of a variety by the breeder thereof up to the eventual release of that seed to the producer. So for certified seed, containers will have a blue label with the national coat of arms and the words SA certified seed and SANSOR printed on it. And then each container is also sealed with a SANSOR seal with a unique identification number. So packaging and labeling, I think it's the easiest way for a farmer to be able to check if the seed is certified or not. So the packaging and the labeling. So the genuine seeds usually come in professionally sealed packaging with clear labels, including the batch numbers, the production dates, the dates of sealing, as well as all the certification details. They'll be included on that label. And then as well as the things that the farmer can check for is physical appearance. So authentic seeds are usually uniform in size, shape, as well as color, while fake seeds might be irregular, they can be discolored or have an unusual odor or smell. So there can also be a germination test. So, farmers can do a simple test that involves placing seeds in water, obviously depending on the species. And usually the genuine seeds typically sink while the fake ones float at the top. And then there are also tamper-proof features. So some seed companies use things like holograms or QR codes for verification. So the farmer can just quickly scan that QR codes just to verify if that seed is certified or not. And I think also from SANSOR's side, we do issue out a certificate. So when a seed is certified, the seed producer will have a certificate, and then the farmer is allowed to ask for that certificate. So also from SANSOR's side, the certificate has a QR code. So the farmer can scan the QR code, and then if the QR code goes through and the certificate was issued by SANSOR, you'll have all the details pertaining to that specific seed lot that the farmer is purchasing. And then again, for farmers that are based in rural areas, agricultural extension officers are also well vested when it comes to seed certification. So they can easily ask them if they want to verify if that seed is certified or not. So they can usually go to their agricultural extension officers for that. So I think the distinctive blue seal, the blue label accompanied by a certificate serves as proof that that specific seed lot has been certified in terms of the South African seed certification scheme.
Thabiso, a re tswela pele mo puisanong ya rona ke dijalo dife tse di leng teng jaaka peo e netefaditsweng mme nka e reka kae peo eo e netefaditsweng?
Ratisetso, go na le dijalo di le mmalwa tse di leng teng ebile di ka fitlhelelwang ka dipeo tse di netefaditsweng. Dijalo tseno di akaretsa matonkomane, dinawa, sonoblomo, mabele, le mmidi. Dijalo tse ke dijalo tse di dirisiwang jaaka dijo tsa konokono tsa bontsi jwa maAforika Borwa. Dijalo tsa merogo le tsone di a fitlhelelwa jaaka dipeo tse di netefaditsweng. Merogo e akaretsa eiye, khabetšhe, dichilisi, lephutsi, segwete le ditamati. Uomaka di le mmalwa fela. Dijalo tsa bojang tse di leng teng jaaka peo e netefaditsweng di akaretsa habore, bojwang ba pholoso, modikamwetsi, tef le nabile. Bontsi ba bojwang jo bo dirisiwa mo thuong ya leruo. Dipeo tse di netefaditsweng di ka rekwa dikgwebong tse kgolo tsa dipeo tse bontsi jwa tsona e leng lekoko la SANSOR. Bontsi jwa dikgwebo tseno di ka bona mo websaeteng ya SANSOR.
It's quite good to hear that there's a great variety of crops and that are in fact certified, some indigenous crops there as well, if I hear you correctly. Why do some farmers, Thabiso, then choose uncertified seeds? Is it actually a choice or is it not having access to certified seeds? Maybe take us through that. What do you think are the barriers that they need breaking down?
Duncan, I think there are various factors that come into play here. I think first of all, seed certification is a value add because of the extra checkpoints and quality parameters that seed has to go through for it to eventually get to the farm. So rightfully so, seed companies market it as a premium product, which results in it being slightly more expensive than uncertified seed. So some farmers prefer the cheaper alternatives, even if they come with uncertainties. You see, so the price parity comes into play there. So there are also traditional practices. So some farmers rely on saved seeds from previous harvests, believing that they are well adapted to their local conditions. I think also, as I mentioned at the beginning of our conversation, that there's a lack of awareness. So not all farmers are fully informed about the benefits of certified seeds or the risk of using uncertified seed. So there's a lack of information from farmers about certified seed. I think another reason that I can mention is that not all crops are available for certification under the South African Seed Certification Scheme. So that also plays a factor. So no flexibility because uncertified seed may offer more variety of choices than certified ones because with certified seed, only certain crops can be certified under the scheme. So, including heirloom or indigenous seeds, that not all of them are under the formal certification program. So that's why not all farmers will be using certified seed.
Thabiso, goreng molemirui a tshwanetse go gatelela go dirisa peo e netefaditsweng?
Ka go dirisa peo e netefaditsweng, molemirui a ka nna le kagisiso ya mogopolo ya gore peo e amegang e fetile mo mafelong a fetang 90 a go tlhatlhoba pele e neelwa thekiso. Gore tlhagiso ya peo e beilwe leitlho la go laolwa ke setheo se se ikemetseng. Ke bolela ka SANSOR. Gore go na le history e feletseng ya tlhagiso e kwadilweng le gore bonnye jo bo beilweng jwa peo eo bo fitlheletse ke bangwe ba etsang sata o peo eo. Peo e netefaditsweng ke peo ya boleng jo bo kwa godimo, jo bo itsegeng, jo bo tlhomameng le jo bo botlhokwa mo taolong ya dikitso mo temothuong ya segompieno.
And I suppose that's a very important question and a response there. Our English listeners' question there was, why should a farmer insist on certified seeds? Thabiso explaining there that it's all about peace of mind at the end of the day, making sure that the seeds actually went through all those checkpoints. In fact, more than 90 checkpoints. And also making sure that the seeds that you end up planting in your ground, in fact, meet the minimum requirements. I suppose that also then puts you in an advantage in the market if you end up using certified seeds versus uncertified seeds. We briefly touched on climate change. We know that it puts a bit of pressure on food production. How is seed certification systems evolving to accommodate, I suppose, new climate resilient or even genetically advanced varieties?
So the seed certification systems are adapting to climate change by becoming more inclusive. So they're supporting farmer-led initiatives as well as integrating digital tools. So I think, for example, the South African Seed Certification Scheme is a living document. So every year, industry experts meet together to discuss the requirements of the crops that are eligible for certification under the South African Seed Certification Scheme. So using their expertise as well as on-the-ground knowledge, you are able to ensure that the minimum requirements that are required to classify seed as certified seed are in line with technological advancements and varietal development. So we also ensure that economically important weeds and diseases are also included in the scheme because you also can do disease-free certification. So another important thing that I think I'd like to mention is that the efforts that are being made to help smallholder farmers access certified seed. Traditional seed saving practices are also gaining recognition for their role in resilience, and technologies are improving transparencies. So I think these changes aim to strengthen food security in a rapidly shifting agricultural landscape.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Thabiso Ntsele, Certification Technician at the South African National Seed Organization. You can, of course, read more on this topic by visiting www.foodformzansi.co.za. Remember to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform so you never miss any of the episodes. From me, Duncan Masiwa, to Setso Manoko, our technical producer Megan van der Vent, and the rest of #Team Food from Zanzi, thanks for listening.